next is, if recurrence relation is given, then how we can find generating function and sequence from it. Let given recurrence relation be Sn plus a1 into Sn minus 1 plus a2 into Sn minus 2 plus so on ar into Sn minus r equals to 0 for n greater than equals to r. The first step is to multiply both sides by z raised to power n and sum up terms from n equals to r to infinity. The next step is to write each term in terms of gz, and then last step is to solve the equation for g of sz and find Sn. Let us explain this with an example. Example is, question is, find generating function and sequence for recurrence relation an plus 2 an minus 1 equals to 0 with a naught equals to 3. Now first step is to multiply both sides by z raised to power n and summing up from n equals to 1 to n equals to infinity. As here value of r is 1, as instead of n minus r we have n minus 1, so value of r is 1. So given recurrence relation become summation an z raised to power n plus 2 summation n varies from 1 to infinity an minus 1 into zn equals to 0. Now step 2 is to write each term in terms of g of sz. But before moving to step 2, we have to make each term to be writable in form of g of sz, as g of sz is summation n varies from 0 to infinity Sn into z raised to power n. So in first term we have summation n varies from 1 to infinity a raised to power n into z raised to power n. But here n varies from, as here n varies from 1 to infinity, but we want from 0 to infinity. So we can add and subtract a naught in first term, and one a naught can be adjusted in this summation, as if we put n equals to 0 it will be a naught. So a naught minus a naught will be cancelled out and we get summation n varies from 1 to infinity an into z raised to power n. So we can add and subtract a naught for simplifying it, to make it in the form of g of sz. Now in second term, here we have an minus 1 into z raised to power n, but in the formula of g of sz, subscript and superscript must be same. So z raised to power n can be written as z raised to power n minus 1 into 1. N can be separated into n minus 1 into 1. So it becomes summation n varies from 0 to infinity an z raised to power n. Value of a naught is given to be 3 in the statement, plus 2 times summation n varies from 1 to infinity an into z raised to power n minus 1. Now this is formula of g of sz, and this is again formula of g of sz. One thing to be noted, that if here we have n minus 1, then n varies from 1. If we have n minus r, then n varies from r. Here we have n minus 0, so n varies from 0. So n minus 1 and n is varying from 1 to infinity, so it is formula for g of sz. Now next third step is to simplify it to find g of sz and Sn. Now g of sz can be taken common from these two terms. We will get 1 plus 2z into g of sz equals to 3. Taking 1 plus 2z on right hand side, we will get g of sz equal to 3 over 1 plus 2z. Now to make it in the form of Sn, we want 1 minus bz form. So 1 plus 2z can be written as 1 minus 2 minus 2z, as minus into minus is plus. Now we know the formula. If g of sz is c over 1 minus bz, then Sn will be c into b raised to power n. Therefore Sn becomes 3 into minus 2 raised to power n.